Hello, hello, hello. How are you today? Boy, do I have some great information for you. I need you to grab your pen. Is it a fancy pen? Is it a pencil? Wait, where's my fancy pen? Do you like a fancy pen or do you I like a red pen. I know they say I don't know, for me with dyslexia, I think a red pen works better for me. It helps me to separate the different words. I don't know. It works better for me. So I'm excited to share with you 3 easy steps to get unstuck. Are you stuck? Or did you just get unstuck and you're like, yo, I need to make sure I never get stuck again? So where are you in the stuckness arena of your life or your business? So I'd love to know. So let me know where you are in that. Okay, so listen, if you're like, who is this crazy lady? So if we haven't met before, my name is Erica V, and I am the queen of non-pushy sales, surveys to sell, and feedback to close. So what I do is I help people to go from point A to point B without making all slimy messages, no hey girl stuff, and never running a million sales to attract people to you. So what I'm going to do today is help you to get unstuck. Okay. So grab your pen, grab your paper, and get ready to write down these 3 steps that are going to help you to get unstuck, and they're going to help you to stay unstuck, because that is the key. I don't know about you, but I had years in my business where I was like this, up and down all the time. Doing great, something happens, boom, stop. Doing great, something happens, stop. It's exhausting. And now that it's steady, that's what I want for all of you. Oh my gosh, your heart is going to be like, what? Yeah, so a steady business, that is where it's at, okay? You don't want all this craziness, all right? So grab your pen. Do you have your pen ready? Hey there, how are you? Do you have your pen? Do you have your paper? Are you ready to write this juicy stuff down? Okay, so first of all, if you are stuck, are you saying to yourself, I can't believe it. I just can't do this business. What is the talk that you're telling yourself? Are you like, this isn't for me. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not fat enough. I'm not short enough. What are you telling yourself about your business? Are you sabotaging yourself? Maybe. Not on purpose. Maybe on purpose. Who knows? Well, first of all, you need to stop telling yourself you can't. Remember the little choo-choo, the little engine that could, right? You can do this, okay? And you're showing up today because you want to ensure that you get unstuck and stay unstuck, okay? So actually, that was my bonus tip for you, okay? So it was the noggin. But number 1 is, what are your steps, okay? So if I was to become your client, do you know what your steps are with me? Are you just going to be cheering, running to the bank, depositing the money, maybe not depositing the money, maybe throwing it in the bottom of your purse or your wallet and just going shopping? Do you have steps? What are your steps to gaining a client, okay? Or a customer, depends how you look at it. I focus on clients because to me, clients mean that they're going to buy more than one time from you. To me, a customer is just like a one-time sale, and I am not interested in a one-time sale at all. Okay. So I tell people that too. This is how I work. So how do you work? What is your system? What is your process for attracting your clients to you? Now, once they come to you, then what do you do? Do you have a process of how you show them what they need? Or do they just say, this is what I want? Do they just go check out? Tell me, what is the process? Are you leading them to the sale, or are they leading themselves to the sale? And what happens after the sale? So either way, no matter how you get there, they led themselves or you led them. Now they've checked out. A transaction happened. They are officially a customer or a client. What happens from that point on? Do you handwrite a thank you note? Do you mail them a thank you note? Do they go on automation? Do they get a thank you email? Do they get invited to your Facebook page? Do they get on your texting service? What happens? And if you're like, what, pretty blonde lady, I have no process. Well, there you go. That's number 1. Set up your process. So have you guys ever seen that TV show, The Prophet? I love that TV show. So he always says, you've got to trust the process. What is the process? There has to be a system in place. So if you ever worked for somebody else, right? So you walked in on your first day and they made you fill out the paperwork. That was their process. Step one, HR, do this, right? Figure out the tax situation. Then they probably took you over here. And if it was a retail job, they showed you how to do the cash register, right? And they showed you the process. If somebody wants to return it, this is what we do. If it wasn't a retail job and maybe it was a place you had to answer the phone, we had little scripts tucked under the phone and they probably said, these are the words that you say when you answer the phone. If you have to transfer somebody, you push these two buttons. They gave you the steps, okay? And maybe looking back, you're like, oh my gracious, I totally forgot. I don't have any steps. Maybe you were just so excited that people were purchasing from you that you forgot to lay out your recipe. And when you don't have your recipe laid out, well, there's a lot of holes in there, right? And it creates a lot of inconsistency. And do you know what I know? I know that humans, we love to know what to expect. We love consistency. Don't you love the fact that you can walk into any McDonald's across the United States and you know that the Coke is going to taste the same, that the fries are going to be the same, that the Big Mac's going to be made the same. The same thing with Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken, all of those chains. They have, or even the Outback, they have a process, they have a system. Just because you might not be a Fortune 500 company yet doesn't mean that you shouldn't have these steps in place. I promise you that once you lay out your foundation for your company or your sales process, you're going to have this weight lifted off of your shoulder. Then you can celebrate. You can go eat chocolate. That's my favorite thing to do. Or whatever you want to do to celebrate. But just putting this in place now, you want to follow that. Okay, so hold on. So this is what I do. So anyone who works with me, we all follow the same layout. So I use these page protectors. You can get these off Amazon, okay? Or just use the clear ones, okay, from like Staples. They have like foggy ones. Don't get those. The steps. This is how we use slide broadcast. That's something I use, okay? These are the steps. So we all know exactly what to do. That is so much easier than scrambling, okay? So what are your steps? I want you to write that down right now. So you get a client. Well, how'd you get them in the first place? Did you use my system? Did you do surveys, market research? How did you get that client interested? Did you pre-qualify them? Do you know what they are interested in? Okay. And then what happened? Did you send them to a landing page, a sales page, or did you have a chit chat? How did they pay for that product? And then what happened? Okay. That's all you need to know. That is your layout. So if you need a recipe, here is my recipe. Okay. So for me, for my business, all of them, it's this: attract. I attract pre-qualified leads to me. I don't talk to anybody unless they are pre-qualified and I know that they're a good match for my product or service. Then I have a chit chat or they watch some type of video. Okay. The transaction takes place. I get referrals and they go on automation. Okay. That is my process. And that is how I do each of my businesses. What is yours? Okay. Why don't you write that down right now? What is your process? Okay. And if you're like, well, how do you get the pre-qualified leads? Well, I use a survey. I create a survey with strategic questions. So I know exactly what they're looking for, takes them on a fast journey. By the time they get to me or a sales page, they're ready and they're open to buying. It cuts the time in half and you're not spending time with people who are not your people. Okay. I know you probably have got a great product. I'm sure of it, or a great service, but not everybody is a great match. Think about how many people you had to date before you get to, your spouse. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay. So that's your step one. Your step two is we need to figure out where is the breakdown. So you put your little binoculars on, put your magnifying glass. Where is the breakdown? Okay, so I know that this is painful and you don't want to talk about it because you want to believe that everything is fine. But I want to ask you something, okay? And you must be honest. Do you pinky promise you're going to be honest? Okay, so for every person that you attract to you, how many of them actually complete a transaction where money changes hands? So if you attract 10 people to you, whether through a survey or for whatever means you do, they have an appointment with you, out of those 10, how many actually the money changes hands with? Okay, so let's say you attract 10 and 5 purchase. How much money did 5 people purchase from you? Divide it. That is your average sale. Okay, so let's say that again. You attract 10 to you, 5 purchase. Take the amount of money that those 5 people purchased from you and divide it. That is divided by 5. That is your average sale. Okay, so now look at that number. Let's say your average sale is $20. Okay, woohoo, it's $20. But when you look at the product you're selling, here we go with the water. I don't know where my chocolate shake is. But let's say that your water cost $30. So what does that tell you? That your regular package of water is $30, but your average sale is $20. There's a breakdown. Not enough people are buying that package, okay? All right, so the other thing is only 50% of the people are actually purchasing. Okay, so where is the breakdown? What happened to the other people who didn't purchase? Do you have a process? Do you reach back out to them, or do you like, oh, I don't like them anymore? Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe you didn't have enough data on them. Do you reach back out with a feedback survey? Do you reach back out with a different offer? What is it? Do they come to your Facebook group? Do you text them? Do you put them on your birthday list? At least get them a birthday card in the mail. What are you doing with the people who didn't buy? Okay, now let's look at the people who did buy. Do you ever reach back out to them to upsell? Do you reach out back out to them again to see if they're liking their product? Did they only buy one time? Do you see, guys? You need data, okay? Data is super important. So I know we all think, oh, our phones are watching us. These companies are watching us. We think all this stuff. They're collecting data, right? So think of it this way, right? This is your business. You are the CEO of your business, or you are a sales rep for somebody, but you need to know your numbers, okay? So knowing these numbers are so important. Do you agree with me that they're so important? Because you know what? The numbers don't lie. And once you become honest about these numbers and you find the breakdown, you can fix it, okay? So if not enough people are purchasing, there's something happening before you get to that appointment. What is it? Is there something maybe you need to tweak the words that you're saying? Maybe these aren't the right group of people for you. Okay? If they're not buying your minimum set, something's off, right? What is happening in your sales process? Are you not using strategic questions in your survey? Are you not tying it back in? Do you need assistance with learning to sell simply? Maybe you're not asking for the sale. So anyone have any feedback? What do you think? Is there any areas that you can tweak? I know it hurts our heart to think about that we could be doing anything wrong, but let me tell you something. I'm so proud of you. Do you know why? Because when you can look at your business and see, oh, okay, yeah, let me just work on that. Your business is going to take off and it's going to grow. And do you realize how many more people you can bless? But if you stay closed-minded and afraid and worried about it and you're sensitive, I get it, I am too, nothing will change. And if nothing changes, you're still going to have that same amount of people purchasing, same amount of people saying no, and you're still not going to be selling enough of your sets, okay? So it's so good that you tuned in today so that you can look for those pockets of opportunity, okay? So now, if it is that people aren't spending enough money with you, well, that might mean that you don't have enough cash in the bank, right? So I want you to look at it. All of these things go together. You don't have enough cash in the bank. That means that not enough people are buying. If not enough people are buying, that means you're not attracting the right quality people to you, or there's a flaw in your sales process. You can fix all of this very fast, okay? So the other thing is you have to identify what all of these issues are? Because the only way, and this is number 3, well, it's actually number 4 because I gave you bonuses. Stop repeating this, okay? So if you keep going through this cycle where everything's great and then you revert back to your old behavior, guess what? Sales are going to go down again. Your morale is going to go down. Company's going to go down. But if you just figure out where the pockets of opportunity are, perfect your process for your business, you will stay in a steady, state of mind. Your business will stay steady. Well, steady, but keep going up. You know what I mean? You won't be up and down, up and down. I'm telling you, I lived that life for many years in my business where I'd be roaring to go. Somebody tells me no, something happens, whatever, or I just get busy or life happens and then I slack off. And I stop following my own systems. You see, guys, if you were working for somebody else, do you know what? You show up differently, don't you? You show up because you don't want to get fired, right? Ask yourself, would you fire yourself? Be honest with yourself. If you need help in certain areas, be willing to be open and seek out help. If you need help with ads, okay, then find an ad manager. If you need help with sales and increasing your sales or creating a survey, I will help you. If you need help maybe moving to a new location, then find the best commercial realtor. But seek help and stop trying to do everything all by yourself. And the other thing is, I'm going to leave you with is, stop saying, I'm just going to figure it out. Because if you keep saying, I'm just going to figure it out, it's okay, I'm just going to figure it out, it's okay, I'm going to figure it out. Well, what are you going to figure out? You must label it. I'm going to figure out the holes in my sales process. I'm going to figure out where I need to create systems, right? Label what it is you're going to figure out. And guess what? You will figure it out and you will be successful. Take action. Today is a brand new day. Okay. This is actually my lucky number day, as a matter of fact. Today is a brand new day that you can take action in your business. It doesn't have to be the same old tomorrow. It doesn't have to be the same old in 2 hours from now. Because if you make a decision right now that you are going to lay out your systems, you're going to seek help, and you're not going to keep repeating the same old things, you are going to make a shift. I hope this was helpful to you. I would love to hear your feedback about it. And if you are interested in working with me and you would love a business analysis, I will give you a free 15-minute business analysis, and I will help you to figure out where those holes are. So comment below and I will send you over the link so we can have a little chit chat and comb through your business. You know what? Sometimes it takes another set of eyes to see where those opportunities are, and then your business will soar. I hope you have an awesome day. See you later. Bye for now.